All right, so let's finish this up real quick. So this is the type of problem that you'll have on there where it'll give you some kind of function, y equals. So to give you a function, and they'll ask you those five things. They'll ask you for the amplitude, the frequency, the period, the phase shift, and the vertical shift. So remember that all goes back to this. A times cosine or sine times b times x minus c plus d. So that's the basic form. Amplitude, frequency, phase shift, vertical shift. So I'll look at this. I got no number in front. No number in front means the amplitude is 1. So this is a little misleading. So let's make sure we understand. So see, b is the number that's being multiplied times x minus c. So if it gets distributed, then it'll look like this, okay? But I need to kind of pull that 4 out and think about what's going on here. So if I pull that 4 out, right? So I divide this by 4, and I can say, so I'll have this 4 on the outside, and then I'll have x plus. Now I got this pi. I need to pull the 4 out of this. Well, there isn't one. But remember, I'm dividing by 4. So this is going to be pi over 4. Okay, and that's what the misleading part is. See, 4 is my frequency. Boom. But see, inside the parentheses, I've still got x plus pi over 4. So see, remember that when you're inside those parentheses, it's the opposite of what you see. So x plus or minus something is my phase shift. So in this case, my phase shift is minus pi over 4. Like I said, that's what's misleading about this. So you got to watch it. If you got 4x plus pi or 2x plus pi over 2, I mean, you're going to have to divide both of these by this number. That is your frequency. Whatever's times x is your frequency. But over here, you can't just say, well, oh, well, my phase shift is pi. No, because they took that 4 that was out here and they distributed it. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times pi over 4, see the 4's cancel off and you're left with pi. So you got to watch that. And then my vertical shift is just -2. So now we got to go back for the period. So what's the period? Period equals 2 pi divided by the frequency. So what do we just say the frequency is? 4. So that's 2 pi divided by 4. Well, this can be reduced. You always reduce. So that's going to be pi over 2. So the period is pi over 2. And that's how I would do that. So right here, see, my frequency is being multiplied times x. There isn't a phase shift. So I'm going to put 0 or NA or none. I'll accept 0, although the instructions don't say you could put 0. So amplitude is just a number in front, so that's 3. Frequency, that's my 5. Period. Period is 2 pi divided by the frequency, which is 5, so it's just 2 pi over 5. And then my vertical shift is 4. And then that's everything. That's all we're doing there is reading this equation and putting down the values. So right here, 8. My amplitude is 8. My frequency, there's no number being multiplied, so my frequency is 1. That means my period is 2 pi. Anytime your frequency is 1, it's just 2 pi. Because remember, the period is 2 pi over frequency. So 2 pi over 1 is just 2 pi. So my phase shift, see, it's the opposite of what I see in the parentheses. So it's minus 2 pi, or excuse me, minus pi over 2. So that's going to be just pi over 2. And then there's no number on the outside, so that's none, NA, or 0. Either one of those is fine. And then the last one. See, this one actually has my 2 pulled out. So I've got amplitude of 6. Now this one has a frequency of 2 because it's pulled out. Okay. There's this number here that's going to be distributed there, and that would be 2x plus 2 pi. But that's not how we're looking at it. We're looking at it if it's pulled out. So if it's pulled out, it's 2. And then my period is 2 pi over 2. So that's going to be pi. My phase shift is just pi. Well, it's minus pi because it's the opposite of what I see. So the only reason it's like that is because this number has been pulled out of there. So that's negative pi, and then the vertical shift is 2. And you've got like 2 or 3 of these problems on there, so you want to make sure you know how to do this. So go back and forth, look at these again. Let's maybe do 1 or 2 more. Whoop, didn't mean to do all that. Come back. Okay, here we go. Let's give you 1 or 2 more. So let's see, y equals sine, y equals negative sine of 3x plus pi minus 1. So my amplitude, there's no number, but there is a negative. Remember, your amplitude is always positive, so that negative doesn't matter. It's just 1. So now the frequency. Well, the frequency is easy. It's whatever numbers times x, and it's 3. But see, this is another one of those problems that will try to get you. Because what is the phase shift? Well, that 3 was multiplied here. It's also multiplied here. So if I pull that 3 out, it will be x plus pi over 3. So my period is going to be 2 pi divided by 3. So that's 2 pi over 3. And then my phase shift, that's going to be minus pi over 3. Remember, the opposite of what you see. And my vertical shift, that's going to be negative 1. And that's it. Let's maybe do one more and then we call it a night. Let's see, cosine, let's see. Yeah, I'm a little indecisive here. Yeah, because I'm making up the problem as I go along. So let's see what I got. So my amplitude is what? It's not negative 4 because amplitude is always positive. It's positive 4. My frequency, after all the indecisiveness, my number's on the outside of this. So that's just 3. That leads me to my period, which is 2 pi divided by frequency, which is 3. Excuse me. And then we've got phase shift. Phase shift is going to be pi over 2. And my vertical shift, negative 6. I hope that was helpful. And now we're going to bed. So good night.